Amish grocery businesses excel. They may modify your pantry vision with centuries-old wisdom. Older foods enjoy salt, and unexpected flavours improve. These 20 meals may outlast your phone, vehicle, and mortgage. Discover what the Amish know that others don't. Honey, the ultimate food survivor, is first. After thousands of years, Egyptian researchers uncovered edible honey in tombs. Makes store-bought honey's best by dates laughable? What makes honey special? Sugary honey lacks germ-nourishing water. Honey doesn't attract bacteria, so they continue. Like a desert tent, it'll fail. Preservatives in honey are natural. Honey's advantages were long known to Amish. Honey is used in more than tea throughout their cultures. Bread dough, sore throat remedies, and handmade creams include it. People look for uncommon ingredients, yet the Amish use honey for many things. Clever, huh? Heat affects honey. Honey sticks when heated. It will outlast those gift cards you forgot in your drawer if kept cold and dark. Avoid throwing away gritty, crystallized honey. Make the jar liquid again with warm water. A spa treatment may rejuvenate your honey. Fruit dried in sun fruit may be the queen of long-lasting meals if honey dominates. The Amish made treats from fresh fruit before dehydrators. Best part? They work without sugar or other preservatives. Imagine a big harvest of apples, peaches, or berries that spoil in a week. Never let them rot in the fridge. Let the sun do it like the Amish do for decades. They let nature convert sliced fruit on clean screens or wooden racks. Rich sun-dried fruit flavour will delight your taste senses. Most nutrients are preserved in dried fruit, making it taste like a vitamin. The Amish produce delicious chewy rings from apples, apricots, pears, plums, and berries. Throughout winter, fruits taste terrible. Fruit must be wrinkle-free and leather wallet dry to operate. No one likes pantry mould from dampness. After drying, put it in a basement to preserve it fresher than your favourite snack. Refrigeration and preservatives are unnecessary for dried fruit. Save it in an airtight jar for months of good eating. If you can resist eating it all once, salt honey and sun-dried fruit safeguard food, but salt is older. Food preservation began with this mineral before electricity. And guess what? Duty is unaltered. Be honest about salt. Most of us sprinkle it over fries, but the Amish keep it in their pantry year-round. Salt preserves, not flavours, food. Salting meat or vegetables tells bacteria, no vacancy. D&D for food spoilers. Interesting, beef preservation takes half a cup of salt each pound. Insufficient salt causes issues. Too much produces days-long thirst. Amish maintain equilibrium. Pork and green bean preserves outlive New Year's resolutions. Salt is lovely because it never spoils. Dry it for simple storing. That unfailing buddy. Amish salt is stored in ceramic or wooden jars to avoid moisture. Moisture and salt hate one another. An Amish secret, they prefer pure sodium chloride pickling and canning salt. It doesn't include table salt, which contaminates preserves. Beans finish with beans. Beans preserve food better than salt and honey. The Amish have known for years that these small powerhouses can stay forever and provide beef-like nutrition. Amish-grown dried beans are great after 50 years. Beans older than grandparents are edible. The ideal year-round survival food, beans can be stored for decades. Though ignored, beans are worth it. Imagine soup made from dried beans older than most parents. Does it freshen expired beans in the back of the cabinet? Amish guard these protein-rich stones. In enclosed containers in a cold, dry environment, they provide them 5-star hotel service for cheap. Leave fridge out. These hardy little fellas adore room temperature. Beans are great food transformers. In your cupboard, they seem like garden pebbles. Unpleasant, right? Water soak overnight. Boom! Soft, plump pieces absorb flavour, like the best food makeover. No expensive gear needed. A cupboard without beans is like a winter without a coat, say the Amish. Why complicate life when you can live? Even on rough barn-raising days, soups, stews, salads, and salt pork with beans are satisfying. Your pantry's secret heroes. Beans provide reliable, easy-to-cook protein for any occasion. Rice. The ideal gym mate for bean marathoners is rice. This staple grain has fed humanity for millennia without fanfare. The Amish stock up like feast preppers because rice is the culinary bug. Determined, in the greatest way. This is amazing. Well-preserved white rice may survive 25 years in your closet. Yes, you heard right. Rice from your child's first automobile can endure boiling. Rice chuckles in its container, while we worry about fast food expiration dates. Tight containers, cool temperatures, and no dampness please Amish. Like giving rice its own fortress of solitude. Avoid expensive vacuum-sealed bags and containers. Lasting. Decades requires simply an airtight container and a dry, cold place. Rice's final survival. How? Nice to be bored. No mould or rotting oils. Simple carbs at their best. Due of its nutrients, brown rice degrades faster yet tastes well. Sometimes simple is best. Amish utilise rice as a culinary Swiss Army knife. Dinner beans? The meal ends with rice. Leftover chicken? Rice fuels it. Got garden goods? Add rice. The best pantry partner, it provides weight without taking centre stage. Sugar, another white crystal-like salt, has sweetened for millennia. Vampire sugar lingers in your cupboard. It sticks to mirrors like garlic. Sugar can withstand family feuds. Therefore, Amish have stored it. Sugar was currency in the past. Imagine paying rent with a £5 sugar bag. Your landlord may be doubtful, right? Even though they enjoy sweets, Amish keep more than coffee sugar. It's their secret weapon for preserving most garden items. Too much strawberries? Saved by sugar. Peaches softening? Sugar returns. Superhero for taste preservation. A win-win. More intriguing is self-preserving sugar. Sugar remains sweet indefinitely in an airtight dry container. Unneeded expiration. Long-term commitment. Sugar is only destroyed by dampness. If moisture gets in, sugar freezes into a block you must chisel like an archaeologist. Sugar is stored in sealed containers in a cold, dry area by the Amish like rice. Use common sense, not sophisticated equipment or packaging. Always choose regular sugar to expensive organic sweeteners. Wheat berries. If sugar rules sweet preservation, wheat berries will follow. A time capsule with attitude, this kernel. In Egyptian tombs, they can grow after millennia. Morning cereal lifespan? Try it. Amish folks, like iPhone users, can't envision life without wheat berries. A good goal. Small kernels store food. Wheat berries, a pantry staple, include protein, fibre and minerals. They're in soups, oats and bread. One of the finest pantry purchases, they stay long when stored correctly. Wheat berries were the first whole grain before cereal box marketers put it on. Like nourishing Russian nesting dolls, these kernels are the best survival food. The natural packing of fibre, protein, vitamins and minerals may outlive your mortgage. These infants are milled into new flour every needed, making Amish bread healthier than grocery store bread. Special pantry essentials include wheat berries, the grain divas. Their requirements are precise. First, their beauty sleep must be chilly and gloomy. Do not like attention, they just need the seal for airtight plastic, metal or glass containers. Moisture avoid. Mould grows from one drop of water. Amish store wheat berries well. Large food-grade oxygen-absorbing buckets are used. 5-star hotel service without room service. Wheat berries may last decades if preserved correctly. You may buy wheat berries for bread for your grandchildren. Begin small. Store 2 pounds of wheat berries in sealed containers in the basement, not the bathroom. Use food-grade containers, not paint buckets. Add oxygen absorbers for long-term feeding. Cider vinegar. Without tang, bread is meaningless. Sour apple cider vinegar. ACV preserved goods before refrigerators. The Amish call it liquid problem solver. Fermented food star ACV shines while other vinegars rest. Beyond preservation, it's more than grandmother's food. The Amish don't keep ACV because they prefer sour apples, but the tang is good. They retain it since it's basically eternal. Fermented food is meant to spoil. Like Benjamin Button, it improves with age. Miracle Cure commercials for unattractive hair and bad luck. ACV may not improve your luck, but the Amish use it for everything. Need pickled veggies? Your ACV protects you. Dirty kitchen counter? Saved by ACV. Under the weather? Amish recommend a teaspoon of everlasting honey. Apple cider vinegar seems to be a babysitter-free companion. If kept cold and dark, it will outlast most marriages. You don't need refrigeration or special containers if you keep the cap on. Nobody loves vinegar-scented closets. Amish store ACV in glass bottles or clay crocks to reflect their centuries-old technique. Not all apple cider vinegars are equal. The mother, the murky liquid that looks terrible but is okay, is used by the Amish. Its beneficial bacteria can repair things like vinegar's sourdough. Tomatoes. If ACV was flexible, wait till the Amish canned tomato sunlight. For most of us, canned tomatoes cost more, yet the Amish eat summer food year-round on their porches, as if August was shocked. So what's unique about tomatoes? However, Amish cooks use canned tomatoes like Swiss Army knives, ready for anything. Have identity crisis soup? Add canned tomatoes. A sad stew? Saved by canned tomatoes. Need dinner sauce fast? Indeed, canned red beauties save lunch faster than fast food. Good thing Amish tomato canners keep every ripe tomato. Since tomato vines toss fruit throughout summer, Amish kitchens become preservation centres, jarring each discarded tomato. Like witness protection, it restores tomatoes in mason jars during winter. Keep science simple. Vitamin bomb tomatoes include A, C, and lycopene, which strengthens when kept. Yes, these tomatoes are handy and healthful. They exercise and strengthen in those jars until required. Tomato canning Amish can tomatoes well. They select fire engine red tomatoes at their ripest. Each is thoroughly washed and diced for later use. They are then placed in clean jars with adequate lemon juice for taste and safety. Like a family dance. Amish value storage. They preserve tomatoes in a cold, dark basement or pantry. Keep summer sunlight jars for 3 to 5 years. These tomatoes are frequently too wonderful for winter. Cornmeal. The Amish have perfected making ground maize a comfort meal and pantry staple. Cornbread night cornmeal may seem yellow in your pantry. Amish kitchen's most enduring ingredient is cornmeal. We follow food fads, yet the Amish utilise this ancient crop that's fed humanity since Native Americans made magic from maize. Properly kept cornmeal lasts decades. Your Amish neighbour's cornmeal is wonderful despite being older than their youngest child. Cornmeal laughs as popular quinoa becomes buggy after 6 months. Age enhances pantry products like Betty White. Amish cornmeal storage matters. Store it in vacuum-sealed bags, food-grade containers, or glass jars. It must be cold and dry like an antique. The difference? This antique can feed your family for months. The adaptability of cornmeal makes it wonderful. For breakfast, supper, and dessert, Amish utilise it. Corn mush in the morning? Check. Fried crispy chicken? You bet. Best cornbread ever. Middle name, cornmeal. It's surprising that their fresh pizza's crispy bottom depends on that. This tiny item has history. Before Columbus, Native Americans milled grain. European settlers immediately found this amazing substance. Cornmeal was plenty for the Amish, who value simplicity and sustainability. a pantry staple since. Why does cornmeal last? Everything slows. Stone ground cornmeal retains more corn oils, thus Amish prefer it. They preserve using degerminated corn. Strong and durable boot camp stripped cornmeal. Long-term planning is less rewarding, but requires significant decisions. Canning meat. Check out the Amish's powerless meat storage if cornmeal is great. While we worry about leaving chicken out for more than 2 hours, they can remove year-old canned meat from their pantries. Avoid misunderstandings. Not those terrible grocery store mystery meat cans. The Amish can preserve pork, fowl and pig like lightning in a jar. Each freshness capsule jar starts your next meal faster than a drive-through. Properly stored beef may survive 3 to 5 years, which is amazing. You play freezer Tetris with your meat while the Amish enjoy power-free pantry protein. They found food preservation science and years of experience, not magic. Meat selection for canning Amish. Don't can all meat. Jar contents are chosen more carefully than vegetarian buffet kids. Fresh meat, like this morning's chicken, is essential. To preserve freshness, they choose the nicest slices and can them. Years of saved meat can feed their family anytime. Canning meat. Amazing Amish meat canning. They chop the meat exactly because no one wants an entire chicken in a container. Clean jars of raw beef are drum canned till cooked and sealed. Amazingly, canned beef is safe and fall apart tender. Hard meat dissolves in your mouth after pressure canning. Imagine a slow cooker simmering for hours, yet completing months ago. The Amish propose opening a jar of home-canned chicken for a fast soup or pot pie that would make Granny envy. But storage matters. Like dark root dungeons to bright windowsills, these meaty jars. The Amish examine seals because a poor seal might ruin protein. If organised, a pantry with ready-to-eat meat may survive power outages. Powdered milk. The Amish live on powdered milk without a refrigerator, which may shock dairy lovers. Powdered milk is usually used for camping or when fresh milk is limited, but the Amish utilise it for dairy insurance. It's like having a cow in your cupboard without eating and mooing. Keeping powdered milk properly can last 20 years. Powdered milk in an Amish cupboard laughs at expiration dates as you smell a week-old jug of fresh milk. Powdered milk, unlike organic milk, may be made into liquid gold. It outlasts most mortgages. Amish save powdered milk for more than emergencies. Their bread and yogurt have a hidden ingredient. Improved bread dough, powdered milk, silky, cream-free soups, saved by powdered milk. It can solve any culinary problem like a dairy Swiss Army knife. Amish powdered milk storage requires more than putting powdered milk in the cabinet. Amish make powdered milk storage. It starts in canisters tighter than your great-aunt's recipe box. Food-grade buckets, oxygen-absorbing mylar bags, and glass jars are choices. Avoid moisture, light, and air to preserve powdered insurance. Temperature matters. The Amish store powdered milk in dark, cold basements away from the stove. Every degree over 70 degrees Fahrenheit ages powder. Amish kitchens recommend overnight chilling powdered milk. Spa days hydrate proteins and taste better than summer camp's quick mix. The Amish mix it half and half with fresh milk to save money without compromising taste. Amish jerky, powdered milk, is great, but the Amish make raw beef a portable, long-lasting protein powerhouse that beats energy bars. Avoid processed, expensive gas station mystery beef strips. The Amish make protein-packed beef snacks that last and taste better for camping. They go beyond beef jerky. Amish dehydrate equally. Venison from last hunting season? Jerky friendly. Any extra turkey? In the jerky bin, some fish jerky, similar to a gourmet dried meat store, but cheaper and with identifiable ingredients. Why is Amish jerky special? Keeping tradition, not curing meat, makes Amish jerky great. Amish heirlooms contain seasoning. Some use garlic and maple syrup, others salt and pepper. Amish jerky lets the meat's natural tastes show, unlike store-bought jerky with enough salt to make a cardiologist squirm. The graceful dance has been honed throughout time. The Amish slice lean meat, fat may rancid, thin enough to dry but thick enough to consume. The meat is marinated in their unique seasonings and slow-dried till chewy. Amish store jerky well. Jerky may last years unrefrigerated. That secret? Adjust moisture. Excess water produces germs. Dryness creates leather, not jerky. Amish jerky is stored in cold, dark packages or vacuum-sealed bags. Some households wrap jerky in brown paper to prevent moisture. Natural energy bar jerky is great. The ideal adventure snack is protein-rich, lightweight and shelf-stable. Jerky Light protein-rich jerky is ready to eat. It's in Amish kids' lunch pails or on hand for hunger during long field days. Like pocket steak without mess or stairs. Oats Amish breakfast bowls contain oats since before cereal makers added cartoon mascots. As we follow breakfast trends and buy costly granola, the Amish have a grain goldmine that may outlive social media. Oats may endure decades if preserved correctly. You could preserve 20 to 30 years of breakfast in your cupboard, longer than most people keep automobiles. Oats are storing well for future generations, while pricey cereals go stale faster than last week's gossip. Think about endless breakfast instead of eternal life at the fountain of youth. Amish oat storage mimics expensive grain hotels. They seal them in non-dollar store plastic. Strong food-grade buckets, glass jars tighter than your grandmother's recipe vault, or oxygen-absorbing mylar bags. Over time, one drop of water might ruin breakfast. Oats, the grain world's chameleon, shine. Amish oatmeal, slowly cooked with salt and infinite honey, may alter your life. Just the beginning. Oats give bread texture, and the Amish use them in cookies that beat store-bought ones. Oats are fed to cattle because they like them. Oats' nutritious longevity helps Amish stock up for breakfast apocalypse. Beta-glucan, fibre, and protein in these little grains make you happy. Health advantages of oats last longer than most New Year's goals. Amish kitchens recommend toasting oats. Like sending them to a spa, their rich, nutty flavour will make you wonder why you ate them before. Some families pulverise them into flour for baking, making basic items taste better than store-bought. Canned fruit. Hear how the Amish use oats to create summer's bounty winter comfort food. Discuss their canned fruit idea. Think store-bought canned peaches are good? Super adorable. Summer fruit in Amish sunlight jars tastes like cardboard orchard veggies. We race to devour fresh fruit before it spoils, yet they store peak season sweetness in jars to bring August taste to December feasts. Since well-preserved fruit lasts 5 years, your storage method may vary. Amish pluck 2019 peaches that taste like they were picked yesterday as you compost soggy bananas. Like pantry time machines, they bring summer's best into winter. Not all Amish can hold fruit. They wait like fruit whisperers for each piece to be ripe enough to eat and firm enough to can. Peaches, pears, cherries and plums from their orchards can be canned. Every batch of applesauce tastes like fall. Canning syrup. Canning syrup is magical. Commercial canneries sweeten fruit enough to make dentists cry, while Amish are kinder. They emphasize fruit flavor with sweetness. Some families create preserves with honey instead of sugar, like your great-grandmothers. Storage matters. We store each jar like a diamond in cold, dark regions where the temperature stays stable, like an Amish horse at a county fair. Amish inspect seals more often than phone notifications, because one faulty seal might ruin winter pleasure. However, do it right and you have fruit for pies, cobblers and summer treats in the cupboard. Canning fruit. The coolest part? Amish community events include fruit canning. Everyone brings jars and helps with ripe peaches. A party with ancient delicacies. Parents teach, neighbours advise, and collaboration cuts labour. Pickling is preserved fruit impressive? Until Amish have veggies. Most people assume pickling is only for cucumbers and onions, but the Amish pickle everything they raise. Preservation insane scientists, but their experiments work. Pickled vegetables. Fake. Pickled veggies go beyond burgers. Amish cooks use pickled vegetables like Swiss Army knives. Big green bean crop. Potato chips and pickled dilly beans shatter. Some lonely carrots. Their crunchy, tangy spice jar taste will make you forget they're healthy. What they pickle and gem retention are remarkable. Healthy pickled veggies last long. Pickled vegetables develop flavours that make grandmother's recipes uninteresting, while fresh vegetables become a scientific experiment in the crisper drawer. The Amish pickle secret Amish make traditional pickling brines. Each family's vinegar, salt and spices are exquisite traditions. Some, like apple cider vinegar, everlasting, while others blend vinegars for a sour symphony. Additionally, spice blends? There, things become interesting. Start with dill, garlic and peppercorns. Mustard, celery and spicy peppers help some families clear sinuses faster than winter colds. Store pickles art. The Amish store pickles like taste castles. Want cool, dark spaces, not windowsill ornaments? They name and organise their jars with dates and contents like edible architecture. The pickled cauliflower in Grandma's garden surprise intrigues me. This is smart. Pickling goes beyond food preservation. To keep taste. These jars have summer garden crunch, fresh herb taste, and vibrant hues. In January, opening one is like a summer high five when needed. Coconut oil. Coconut oil lasts too. This health food trend was known by the Amish before Instagram users added it to coffee. Coconut oil extends beyond Amish pantry cookery. Saving dry skin and creaky door hinges like that storage superhero. Marathoners covet coconut oil's longevity, coconut oil shelf life. Coconut oil lasts years, but pricey olive oil becomes rancid in months. Excellent 2 to 5 year shelf life. Some Amish households believe well-stored coconut oil lasts longer. As everything ages, oils stay young like Betty White. What makes coconut oil a storage superstar? Everyone dreaded saturated fats. They preserve oil against rancidity like young guards. Coconut oil is like Grandma's kitchen table, always ready to act, while other oils become science projects in your pantry. Coconut oil is everywhere among Amish. Get baking pan grease, coconut oil covers. Making soap at home, coconut oil saves. Noisy barn door hinge, coconut oil works. Container hardware store and beauty counter. Some Amish families use it as an emergency light. A melted coconut oil and wick candle smells better than a regular candle. Storing coconut oil. Easy storage allows versatile oil maintenance. Plastic may rot, so Amish store it in airtight glass containers in a cold, dark location. You may be shocked that coconut oil solidifies below 76 degrees Fahrenheit and liquidates above. Cabinet science experiment. Amazingly, some Amish families divide coconut oil into cooking and non-cooking sections. While everything else travels to the workshop, restroom, and barn, cooking oil stays in the kitchen. It can do anything like an oil-based Swiss Army knife. Tea Leaves thought coconut oil was versatile. The Amish make a marriage-lasting comfort stockpile from tea leaves. Tea leaves made by the Amish may outlive your Netflix membership without diamond-encrusted bags. The Amish have quietly perfected preserving loose tea like nature's medicine cabinet, while we struggle with tangled tea bag threads and stale commercial mixes. Properly kept loose tea can keep 2 to 5 years or longer. Coffee beans perish faster than last week's gossip, but tea leaves age like wine. Amish tea storage. Amish treat tea like royal diamonds for good reason. Tea may calm the world when it's wild. Never assume Amish gather expensive Earl Greys and special blends that cost more than your shopping bill. Garden peppermint, sleeplessness chamomile, and chest hair growing black tea are their specialties, according to my grandpa. They grow what they can and source the rest, cherishing each leaf. Most tea mistakes occur in storage. In sealed containers, the Amish store tea from light, heat, moisture, and strong scents. Chamomile shouldn't taste like garlic last week. Some families use ancestral porcelain canisters, although glass jars with tight closures are best. Each container is labelled with tea kind and storage date with librarian precision. You may view tea differently since it was sold for money in the 1800s. The Amish saved tea for hard times according to historical beliefs. Need gastrointestinal aid? We have tea for that. A cold? That mix exists. Too concerned about tomorrow to sleep? Great tea is in their pantry. Cleverest part? Tea and comfort at Amish shops. Every blend has a distinct story and job. Morning black tea, peppermint after huge family dinners, and chamomile to calm youngsters or adults. A pharmacy, rest station, and bar. Soup show how Amish make liquid gold from common stuff. Quick service restaurants won't cheer you up like this soup. While most of us open cans at the grocery store, the Amish have a surplus of handmade soup that could feed an army or last all winter. Soup power. The breakthrough. Canned soup lasts 3 to 5 years. Smartphone owners seldom keep them this long. To satisfy hunger, Amish canned soup sits at room temperature in the pantry, while your freezer plays Tetris with plastic containers of leftovers. Like enjoying a nice, healthy dinner without prep. Amish soup. An edible comfort food time capsule? I applaud that. No Amish stew contains strange ingredients and hopes for the best. Like edible architecture, their soups use every ingredient and taste. They utilise homemade bone broth instead of heated seawater. Fresh produce and homemade beans or pork follow. Symphony conducting illuminates everything. Incredible, the Amish use soup making as preventative medicine. Had a bountiful tomato crop? Tomato soup for winter colds. Chicken broth, Jewish penicillin's cousin, is sold by the gallon. Amish version may beat grandma's. Each jar of soup prevents hunger, illness, and days when cooking is like climbing Everest. We like storage. Non-mason jar Amish soup pressure caning is approved by food safety regulators. The surgeon sterilised jars seal to keep out ideas other than supper. In dark, chilly areas, liquid diamonds are edible light blocks. Great part? All soup jars contain pre-made meals. Supper is ready faster than delivery after popping and heating the lid. Since arithmetic is difficult when hungry, many families incorporate soups into meals. Unlike those depressing store-bought cans that taste like a lab, these soups taste like grandmother put her heart into each jar. Strategy for Amish spice. If soup sounds great, wait until you hear about the Amish's age-enhancing spice storage. The Amish's spice collection improves like excellent wine, or your uncle's terrible jokes at family gatherings. Most people worry about the spices they acquired during Obama's first term. Actually, properly preserved whole spices like cinnamon may survive 4 years and develop. Although you throw out old protein bars, cinnamon sticks survive. This is how the Amish keep spices better than grandmother's coffee. Not just cinnamon, nutmeg, and cloves. Christmas baking holy trinity. Tasteful Amish spice cabinets. Every Amish baker says cardamom pods cost more per ounce than some expensive metals, but are worth it. Peppercorns make your nostrils shiver from across the room, and star anise looks like it came from a galaxy. Storing spices. That storage? There. Things become serious. Amish family ancestral spices are protected in glass containers against light, heat, and moisture. No moisture-leaking plastic bags or attractive countertop racks exposing spices to light and heat. Museum curators want adequate storage. The clever part, Amish buy most spices whole and ground as required. The store's pre-ground spices, Shelf life reduces taste. Whole spices are natural time capsules that preserve odours, like a taste savings account with interest. The Amish use these spices everywhere. We talked honey earlier. A touch of cinnamon improves it. Those pickled veggies, mustard seeds and whole peppercorns. Their medicinal drinks contain spices that warmed bellies and healed colds before America was created. Maybe the best part about Amish flavour is how they make basic things into amazing feasts. That rice and bean supper tastes like a 5-star restaurant with a few extras. Like a culinary magic wand that sprinkles cinnamon instead of yelling abracadabra. These methods keep food fresh while honouring the past and preparing for the future, from honey older than your grandparents to spices that improve with age.